And welcome to The Point. I'm your host, Duane Carey. The Point is an interview show that features one interesting guest for 10 minutes or less. We start with a quick introduction, we end with the guest doing a shout out, and that 7 or 8 minutes in between, that's where they get to their point. Today, I'm really excited to have the coolest kid in school, Mike Gill, who's the chairman of Evergreen Advisors in Columbia, Maryland, and the former Secretary of Commerce for the state of Maryland. Mike, thanks for coming. Thanks for being here.
Hello, Duane. Good to see you, pal.
You too, buddy.
I'd rather be somewhere with you physically, and I'd even hug you if I saw you, but we can't do that.
One day soon, right?
For sure.
So, Mike, why don't you take just a minute here and tell everybody a little bit about Evergreen. I think a lot of people in Central Maryland already know, but middle market advisory firm, investment bank.
Yeah, thank you, Duane. We're a 20-year-old enterprise that was founded by my partner Rick Core, a native of Howard County. We're roughly 30 team members strong. You're right, middle market, mid-Atlantic, investment banking, other advisory services like valuation and a CFO advisory practice and location strategies, but very intensely focused on customer. Our industry focus seems to match up well with what are our strengths in the state of Maryland.
Yeah,
like technology, like healthcare, like government contracting, et cetera.
I love it. Thank you. So let's get into your point. I'm excited about this. You did let me know in advance kind of what you're going to talk about. I think it's so key for a lot of reasons. You have a lot of technical things you could talk about. You could talk so much about economic growth and opportunity, but the power of yes and the attitude. Take it away. Yeah. Looking forward to hearing this.
Yeah, thank you, Duane. Yeah, let me just give you a little quick background. We'll go fast because I'm very excited to be with you today. So I wasn't in the job very long, and the Augustine Commission had done a report that basically said that Maryland, the bottom line was Maryland's a lousy place for business, and it has a bad attitude. And I thought, well, that's a great start to the report. So the good news was that not having any government background, I really decided from the beginning.
And that was an advantage, right?
It was an advantage.
Yeah.
And there was a serendipitous thing that happened right in the very beginning. I'm reading an article, and it said that in the state of Maryland, there were roughly 550,000 businesses. They follow tax ID. They send checks down to Peter Franchot. It's everything from, two individuals that own an ice cream shop in Cumberland, Maryland, to Lockheed Martin, Marriott, McCormick, all the rest of them. And I thought to myself, what they all have in common is they're all customers. So from the very beginning, we took the approach of the culture of yes. So as opposed to those companies really being almost a nuisance to business or to government, they were our reason for being. So the culture of yes became, how can we help you? And that was part of our mantra. Whether it's Lockheed, how can we help you? The two individuals in Cumberland, Maryland on Baltimore Avenue, how can we help you? So it started to become the baseline for everything we did for the next 4 years.
So the culture of yes, so clearly attitude is absolutely transferable to the business world. The culture of yes, do you incorporate that at Evergreen? Is there a component of that?
Yeah, you know what? The answer is yes. I read something recently. They were talking about how to create a culture, and the answer was, and I thought about it because I agreed right away because that's the way I've always been about culture, and that is you don't create a culture. A culture creates itself by your actions. So if you think about it, it's really how you act that creates the culture. It's not like holding a team meeting with your leadership and saying, hey, let's create a culture. Okay, what's it going to look like? Oh, it's going to look like excellence. Okay, well, let's start being excellent. I mean, a culture is really based on our actions. And there was
So that's kind
another,
of back to your intentionality and discipline
yeah,
about it. So make up
yeah,
the decision, this is what we're going to do, and then stick to it, right?
yeah, you live it. You live it by your actions, you live it by your words, you live it by how you treat other people. I mean, another expression that we use thousands and thousands of times at Evergreen or at Commerce, and we do here at Evergreen, we used to say that economic development is a team sport. Economic development is a team sport. It's not just, well, this department is the Department of Economic Development. Wrong. Everything's economic development. So when it comes to Evergreen, we have 30 people, 30 people that we see, we touch by our actions. We let them know that they're important. Um, by me, when I come in the office in the morning saying, hey, Trevor, how the heck are you? Or Morgan, how's it going? Did you win that tennis match last night? It's always the little things, Duane.
Yeah.
I learned centuries ago that you can give someone a raise, but in the absence of letting them know that you care about them, in the absence of giving them feedback when they do things well, in the absence of celebrating success, in the absence of challenging them so that they can learn and grow and do more, in the absence of those things, they will leave for a dollar 95% of the time. Because at the end of the day, those are the reasons why people want to be at your firm, my firm. And if we're not delivering those things to them, then there's a whole lot of places that they can be miserable.
Right.
And somebody may be willing to pay them a little bit more. So, I'm glad it always came natural to me that at the end of the day, the people are really the key to your success, our success.
Mike, why don't we wrap it up with your shout out?
Yeah, I love the concept, and I didn't have to really think too hard about the shout out. We have two daughters, we have a son. Between the three children, they're all married. Between the three children, there's 8 little grandkids. They live near us. So I thought, especially with Mother's Day being less than a week away, this coming Sunday, that the shout out ought to be all the moms. And Duane,
It's a good one.
not lost on you.
Yeah.
Your wife, the 3 teenagers, and I thought about the moms. Think about the many hats that
Yeah.
they're wearing. By the way, they're not just wearing the hats now; they wear them all the time.
Yeah.
They are teachers, they are caregivers, they are shoppers, they're psychologists,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
they're cleaners, they're neighbors, they're sisters, they're everything. If you want to talk about one particular group, and along with the healthcare professionals, and they're our first responders. And I thought that if you want to really, they're the definition of a heroine. They're the definition of a heroine and how they carry themselves and how they really are holding it together for all of us. I can't begin to imagine if not for the moms. So the shout out's got to be to those mothers of this nation and how special they all are.
You're here. Hard to argue with that one. Mike, thank you so much for your time. I hope you've enjoyed this. We certainly have. If people want to reach out to you, we'll have your contact information available for them, and everyone can subscribe to our YouTube channel. You can find all this on LinkedIn, on Evergreen's website. It'll be on my Impact Marketing's website. And thanks again for your time, Mike.
Thank you, Duane. Thanks for all you do for Maryland, friend.
Same to you, buddy.
Be well.
Have a good one.
Thank you.